Good afternoon to all. Okay, so let us start. I think we have enough crowd and people will be joining going forward. So let us not wait for others. So we shall start on time. So before we start, so we shall play a small video saying about what Medlearn and how we are going to solve one of the biggest challenges that we are facing today. So over to you, Subhashri.
Hospitals work round the clock to serve patients. Being at the center of the action, hospital physicians and staff must confront every situation and every challenge. They must also keep up with evolving health needs and knowledge through ongoing comprehensive training programs. What they need is a promising solution to ensure a continuous learning journey.
In today's world, technology is transforming life. Be it taxis, food delivery, everything we need is at our fingertips. Education is also going through a transformation, and we are at the forefront in the healthcare industry.
MedLearn is a comprehensive learning, training and skill development platform incubated at Impelsys in India for healthcare professionals to attain the right mix of content, learning and skills that help them throughout their career. The platform offers a wide variety of courses that enable hospitals to meet their employee training and development needs in areas of quality compliance, soft skills, and induction. The platform is designed in a way that it enables easy tracking of the real-time status of their learning progress. What's unique about this platform is that it's accessible anytime, anywhere, ensuring quality learning literally at your fingertips. Hospitals can now assign courses and track the competencies of users on specific topics with MedLearn's intelligent assessment tool, which gives them better administrative control. Its superior courseware helps hospitals provide standardized care and bridge skill gaps at every level in the organization. The healthcare professionals will also become more efficient and empowered when their learning journey progresses with ease and at their convenience. Let us unite to improve healthcare in India by spreading knowledge through technology. MedLearn, better prepared for better care.
Yes. So I think am I able to hear? So everybody is able to hear me. Just
Yes,
reply as
yes.
yes in the chat. So I think Bhagavi is not able to hear. So ma'am, just leave and rejoin again. You'll be able to hear everything. Yes. So that is what Medlearn is. Thanks for the confirmation. So I can hear a lot of confirmations. Okay. So coming back to the topic today, like how effectively we can manage our hospital because we work in hospital. So what are all the things that we need to take care? So who is the instructor who will tell all those things? Is or she has enough experience to us to tell, or we need to take it from them? So you need not worry there. So here Ajita, who has 20 years plus experience, who is an instructor-led trainer with over 20 years of experience in healthcare operations and training. So Ajita has managed multidisciplinary departments in hospitals and excelled in healthcare operations, people management, service excellence, L&D, and she is also a postgraduate in hospital and healthcare management. So she has been associated with the top corporate hospitals and enhance their versatility in healthcare industry, knowledge, organization structure, and working partners, whatnot. So the list goes on because in hospital industry you need to do everything. Once you start your journey, it starts somewhere and it ends somewhere. So that's what is Ajita's journey. So let us all welcome Ajita for this wonderful evening. So over to you, Ajita.
Thank you, Sudhir. Thank you so much. So, I have logged in from my phone, but I'll be doing the presentation from the laptop. Is that fine? Because I am actually come out for a meeting. I'm in a client's place. So I'm taking the webinar from there. I hope that would not hamper the quality of our presentation. Yeah, is that fine? So, and for a better network and a clarity, I'm going to switch off my camera and we'll start the session. So we are good to go, Subhashri?
Yes, yes, Ajita.
And I
Yes,
saw
yes,
some
Ajita.
message
Yes,
in
Ajita.
between. Somebody has requested to unmute someone or mute someone. There was a message popped up. Can you just check the requirement if somebody wants to say something?
Yeah, if somebody wants to say something, please write down in the chat box. So the audios and videos are disabled for everyone. Apart from presenter, nobody else can access the audio and video. So any questions or any doubts, please write it on the chat.
And we won't miss any question. We'll take every question. We will take every question that you asked in the chat box. Yes.
So hope you all can see my screen. Hello, Subhashri?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
All right. So fine. Okay. Thank you, Sudhir and Subhashri, for organizing this. Thank you, Sudhir, for your wonderful introduction. And I welcome each one of you for this program on attaining professionalism in healthcare. So this is a very interesting topic. We will get to know more details about professionalism and why is it important for an individual and how it is going to be more effective in a healthcare. Professionalism has a very great role to play in everyone's life and career, right? So we expect basic professionalism from everyone, whether it be your social life or your personal life or even your professional life, right? So you may be a little surprised to hear what is professionalism has got to do with your social and your personal life. So professionalism doesn't mean it's only in the office environment. So there are lots of traits and attributes which also adds or contributes to one's, the attitude and the behavior. So which are the professionalism or what we call as a very, very formal behavior. So which we may have to follow in every aspect of our life. So we'll move on with an introduction. So what is professionalism? So professionalism is the main cornerstone for safe, effective, and ethical healthcare practice, right? We are talking about professionalism in a healthcare. So, and we all understand it is a very important and the key aspect, or rather the cornerstone in the ethical healthcare practice. It prioritizes welfare and well-being of the patient, client, and the staff. It ensures patient-central approach in all clinical decisions and actions, right? The patient-central centricity, what we talk about. So all the actions and decisions will be around decisions taken around the patient's welfare. Where the professionalism plays a very major role. The values, if the basic values is the compassion, self-awareness, honesty, integrity, and the accountability, which leads, the professionalism leads to the core values which any healthcare or an organization will be following. And predominantly, the values of any organization are your compassion, your self-awareness, the integrity, and the accountability. And professionalism is very dynamic, evolutionary in concept, predicated on the professional values, respect for self and others, right? If you're very professional, or your behavior or your attitude is professional, you will be first. It is a respect for yourself. You have to respect yourself first, and then the others will respect you, and vice versa. You respect others, and they still respect you. So first, learn to respect yourself, and how you get it through professionalism, we will get to know through this session. And it is influenced by the context of care, delivery, cultural issues, social modes and system expectation, right? The professionalism adds on to the cultural issues or the culture of an organization. So if everyone starts behaving in a very professional way in an organization, so it adds value to your culture, or it represents, it reflects the culture of the organization. Definition: professionalism in customer service is defined as displaying a courteous, helpful attitude always when interacting with customers. Right? We expect our team, or we always tell our the team members that you have to maintain professionalism when, especially when you're interacting with an external customer. But if you ask me, professionalism is a standard which you have to maintain uh, throughout your interaction, be it be your customers or your colleagues, your subordinates, your supervisors, or anybody whom you come across. You have to maintain that professionalism throughout your career or throughout your life, rather. This includes being patient and respectful and taking time to listen to customers' concern and addressing them accordingly, right? So people will come up and say, or they share their concerns with you. They expect a response from you, and if you don't respond in a very professional way, it might go in a very wrong, or it will be perceived as a very bad behavior from our employees. Like they may be sharing very personal concerns also. Some people, they have personal issues, they may come and share it with you, and if you don't treat it with a professional attitude and approach, it can go wrong for both the parties. Let's understand the importance of professionalism in healthcare. So according to various studies or various experiences by different people, or through various research, what we have identified that professionalism in healthcare improves patient care, right? We have heard about communication, or connecting with care, or being compassionate, or giving the best clinical care. All these improves the patient care. Now, how professionalism will enhance the patient care? Professionalism is nothing but is the bundle of all these attributes, what is needed to take care of the patient, right? You talk to them nicely, you pay attention to their care and concern, you understand them with the depth of their concern. We respond and react to their expectations or the concerns, what they put it forward to us, and we interact with our own team members within our own system in a professional way, and we try to solve their problem with a professional approach. So all these tribes or the concept put together, we call it as a professional person. It includes, anyway, we are going to talk much detail about it, how you display professionalism in your workplace. So we will come to the next point: encourage effective communication. Very important. Communication, it is the first sign of your professionalism. The way one person communicates to anyone across the system, or anyone in your network, it shows that person's professionalism. Like it's the words, it's the body language, it's the mannerism what they maintain. All these adds to the professionalism. Builds patients' confidence. It shows the with the it is professionalism also adds to the confidence to the healthcare service provider. If I am the healthcare service provider, if I am professional, I will professionally approach their concern. Professionally approach their concern means I try to understand the issues faced by the person, what is the cause of that problem, and who can solve the problem, and then I approach the patients with the complete the mechanism by which we are going to address that concern. So that what this will build confidence in the patient. So they know that this person knows what is going on, where is the problem, where is the bottleneck, how my problem will be sorted. So basically, the patient is getting the confidence that they have understood my issue and they are coming back with a solution. So the professionalism is indirectly building confidence among the patients. Enhances teamwork. Obviously, everyone is very professional in their approach. So people will understand each other. They will communicate effectively. They know the root cause of the problem and they try to work together to find a solution for that issue. Promote quality care. With all these attributes, obviously, the care what we are going to give will have some standard in place. Enhances collaboration. It is closely related to the teamwork. Improves patient outcome. Again, when you give a best patient care, when you communicate, when you solve the problem, the outcome is going to be really good, and we are going to improve it day by day. Encourage lifelong learning. So professionalism is doesn't stop with one go. It is a continuous process. You have to evolve with each changes which is happening in the industry or even in your life or career. We have to enhance ourselves, and every challenges in front of you or every new learning in front of you, you have to approach it with a professional attitude. Enhances patient safety. Naturally, when all the employees are working together, when the healthcare service providers are very, very collaborative in nature, the patients are very confident that they will be taken care, and it's a very, very safe place for the patient to stay. Promotes trust and respect. A person with approaches you with professional attitude, you will naturally respect them. So indirectly, you're gaining respect and trust. Then you, as I told you in the beginning, when you have a complete solution for all their issues, they know that this person knows about it, so they build trust in you. They start trusting the healthcare service provider or the healthcare professional. Builds a positive reputation. So all these points are boiling down to what? It's all boiling down to the positive reputation of the organization. End of the day, this is what everybody is looking for, right? Everyone wants their organization to be Can I continue, Subhashri?
Yes,
Okay.
Rajita, we are able to hear. Uh,
Any issue?
So you can
yes, now
Akshay,
they are
you can
able to hear.
yeah, you can go back few lines because we missed like 2 3 lines before.
Mhm. Did you all hear till builds a positive reputation?
Yes, yes. From there you can start.
Basically, I was telling that all these points, what we spoke about, improves patient care, effective communication, builds confidence, teamwork, collaboration, quality care, patient outcome. All these boils down to build a positive reputation about your organization, right? Every end of the day, everyone wants their organization to be called as the best organization. And how they get to know this? By the behavior of the people. So you are achieving your goal, right? The goal of the organization is the positive reputation. It is not the business or the revenue. That is one part of it. But the primary part is the positive reputation. You have lots of money, but if you don't have a good reputation in the market, you're gone. Your business will slowly fade down in the market. You may be at your peak at some time, but over a period, you will fail to sustain that for a longer time. But organization with a positive reputation will grow much stronger in the future. Now, professional attitude and appearance, right? So what is professionalism? We said is the behavior or is the professional attitude. It is often referred as formal than personal attitude, right? It is when you come to a work environment, or now we are talking about healthcare. When you go to your hospital to work, you are expected to behave and present yourself in a very, very formal way, which includes from your dressing to your behavior and your attitude, right? It includes your appearance, conduct, and interaction, right? So how do you enhance your professional attitude or appearance? Number one, the first, everyone say it is the first look, isn't it? What everyone the catches your eye or the customer's eye is the way that person looks, right? The way the person has dressed. So that's the reason we provide uniform to all the employees, so that there's no confusion what to wear, how to wear, and there's a standardization across, right? They all come professionally dressed, and people who are not under the category of uniform, we expect them to dress very formally and the organization puts standards of the grooming standards, which falls under grooming standard, and they give from head to toe, they will tell them the guidelines, what all they have to follow when they come to a workplace, right? So we don't expect someone to walk in as if you're coming to a party, right? So that's a different approach. When you go for a party or a wedding or a picnic, it's a different way of environment, different ecosystem. It's a different people or different. The intention is different, right? So you dress up according to that scenario. But when you come to a professional setup, the professional means this is a profession. What we are doing is the job. What we are doing. So we expect everyone to maintain their professionalism. And how do you enhance that? Number one, upgrade your wardrobe. So that job we have reduced it to most of the healthcare professionals because we give them all the uniform, and we give simple for the non-uniform category, we give the guidelines how to dress up. Use formal speech. Okay, it's not just the dress, it's how you're going to speech. So how you formally speak. How do you all, this is all these we have learned from childhood, right? So you observe those who are having children, and especially school going children, you watch them whenever you go with them for a PTM or something, you might have noticed, the child suddenly changes when they see their teacher, right? Till the time they reach the classroom door, they are like very, very bubbly, very, very casual with their parents. And but when they suddenly see their teacher, they changes. They start wishing them. They become very sleek and very, very structured. They become as if they are designed, right? They're programmed and sent inside, isn't it? That's a classic example how you change according to the environment and with the people. It's not just the environment. You imagine suddenly you meet your senior colleague or someone in a mall. So how do you behave? Do you change your behavior just because you're in a mall? You don't, right? You generally maintain that the sophistication with them even in the mall. You wish them. You may get into a little bit of casual conversation from a personal friend, but not you don't change in your body language or in your style of talking. Whereas when you go out, to a mall or somewhere with your friends, your complete speaking style changes. Even if you meet a customer, even if you meet a patient there, their approach to us also is the same, right? They still maintain that respect for you. So it depends especially when you are entering a professional, the area where you do your profession, you have to maintain that professionalism and you have to maintain that formal speech. And if you have challenges in maintaining that or to do or deliver a formal speech, you have to inform or the HODs has to identify and arrange for proper training programs to, which will enhance their speaking skills. Focus on the work. So professional means just not the appearance and the speaking style. It's on your work also. You are a professional. You have to work like a professional. Like for example, preparing a PPT or preparing a module. You tell someone, who's not into this profession, who doesn't know how to do, doesn't have, have not done a presentation in their life. You should see their presentations are very, very to their wish. They like colors, so they apply colors on their slides. They like so many, images. They make it very, very fancy because they like fancy appearance. But does it suit the professional environment? Is that the professional requirement? When you're doing a professional presentation, it should suit. It should have the essence or the aspect which is needed for that topic, right? You cannot put something totally different or doesn't go with that. So those are the skills. So I just picked up an example that how you focus on your work as a professional, right? So they say, people, even if you do cooking, for very simple, someone who bakes a cake at home, right? They say it doesn't look like a professional. If someone does it really good, we say this looks like as a professional has done it. So that means you're professionally trained, right? So there is a significant difference in how you do casually and how you do professionally. When you when a doctor writes a prescription, they will definitely come to know whether it's a doctor who has written or someone else, right? Because it's a professional, the person who's been professionally trained, right? Take initiative, okay? It also displays in your initiative skills, how you take certain initiatives in, it can be anything, it can be a new initiative or some initiative to handle certain situation, whatever, you take a step, keeping the or you're sensing that something is going to happen, you proactively take some steps to handle those situations. You be prepared. That means you are a professional. Like today, for example, I have this webinar, so I have to be prepared with certain things. I have to prepare my schedule, I have to prepare my presentation, I have to dress up accordingly. So these are my my professionalism, how I conduct my webinars, right? So similarly, when you're a nurse, when you're a doctor, or when you're a housekeeping person, okay? So when you are going to deliver your program, or sorry, deliver your work, you have to be prepared that tomorrow, tomorrow I have a VIP coming in. So I have to keep this parking area clean. I have to make my desk clean, or I have to be, it's like every day you have to maintain it clean. But there is some special attention you give it to certain aspects when something special is happening, or some on an occasional basis. So as a professional, to balance everything, right? Today this is the priority, or today this I can do it tomorrow, or prioritization, all these falls under your professional skills. Ask for feedback, okay? So sometimes you feel, does it look formal, does it look professional, isn't it? We do ask our colleagues, have I dressed properly, does this color suits, is it too loud of a color, isn't it? We ask, is the red color, I'm wearing a red sari, does it suit the situation? So you ask for feedback. I'm giving you very, very general examples so that it will, we have a mixed crowd, so people, it is easy for you to connect. So we ask these kind of feedback, right? Demonstrate gratitude. It's the end of the day, you are well dressed, you speak well, everything is fine, but if you don't demonstrate gratitude, then everything is like, that's a spoiler, correct? So have everything in a measured proportion, but gratitude gives the it is the feather, it highlights, that's a cream of your professionalism, that highlights your professionalism. All right. So professionalism is not the job you do, it's how you do, right? It's how you do the job, right? Common traits associated with a professional attitude, which makes you act and feel like a professional. I should feel like a professional. Can you imagine? Just all of you close your eyes and just imagine that, you're wearing some, a very, very casual dress and you're in a beach, right? How do you feel? You feel very relaxed, correct? You're in a vacation, you're going to Hawaii and you are in Goa enjoying the beach. You feel very relaxed. You don't feel you relaxed. If you ask me, some people they tend to be lazy. They take their own time for everything, isn't it? Because um, it's one aspect is the dress what you're worn and your mindset. You are in a very unprofessional setup. You are in a beach. You are in the middle of many other people who have come to enjoy the beach or the seashore, and you have worn something which is very, very casual, right? On a holidays, right? When you're at home on Saturdays or Sundays, you are so I too feel very lazy, and some people they feel relaxed, they take a break, because there are lots of factors contributes to that. You don't have a professional work to do, you don't have your job, your actual job or the occupation to do. You may have your household domestic work, but that is our own personal, we can manage it. But you don't have your professional work, you don't have any professional calls happening on that day. Nobody will ask. Of course, healthcare, we are always connected, but still we do have our own breaks. You have to take that break, okay? So if you're not doing it, please try to learn how to take breaks. So, you don't get anything. You have time. You think, okay, it's only I am in my house, my room. So let me wear whatever I want. So you feel very, very unprofessional. Okay. So unprofessional means I'm not, please don't take it wrong. I mean to say it's the opposite of professional, but we also use as a, to demotivate. I don't want to demotivational word. Please take it in the right sense. it is the opposite of professional, unprofessional. We feel very casual, right? So, but what makes you feel professional are all these attributes. That's your communication, your care, your commitment towards your job, right? Your integrity, respect, accountability. So all these makes you feel very, very professional, right? So person who feels professional, or they think this is my profession, I respect my profession, I have to behave like a professional, they will definitely bound to follow all these attributes. All right, and it is vice versa. Some people doesn't know how to put it or term it, that, or they don't call themselves as professional because they don't know how to term themselves, brand themselves. But they are, they're very good in their communication. They are very caring. They're very committed. So the others will call them as a professional person. But it is vice versa. It is interdependent to each other. Your professionalism depends on these attributes. All these attributes contributes to your professional skills or nature. So now tips for improving your professional attitude. Know your workplace, right? You should know, right? If you have to be a very, very professional person, you should know the subject knowledge is very, very important. It's not only what you have to do, what your colleagues also does. What does your organization do? Correct? We are all in healthcare, so we don't have that problem. We know what happens in most in our workplace, but we still have challenges in terms of people knowing the other departmental activities. You should know at least the basics of the other departmental activities, the people in the other department. All these contributes to your professionalism, right? Second, be a leader. Whether you are in a leadership role or not doesn't matter, but you have to, in your attitude, you have to behave like a leader. You are leader of your role. Okay, I am handling the front desk, or I am handling inquiry, so I am the leader of the inquiry desk, right? A security who is a security person who is guarding the gate, he is the leader of that place. Correct? You only he can tell you which key belongs to which place, right? So he is a leader on by himself. Commitment is a very, very what it is the commitment what any in every professional has to have towards their job. Manage any conflict. So how will you manage any conflict? You should know what are these conflicts. Number one, you should know whether they are conflicts or not. You should be in a position to bifurcate whether it is a conflict or not. So once you bifurcate that, you will know. How do you bifurcate? Based on the causes and the factors, right? So based on that, you will know what to do. You will address that conflicts. So there also you're showing or demonstrating your leadership skills, right? Consider your responses, okay? Whatever the responses or whatever you are thinking, you please consider that and behave according to that. You may have different, you may be thinking, why should I do someone else? You want to do, but you are intentionally not doing it because it is not my job. Why should I do it? No, please consider your responses which is coming from your heart or mind. Please consider that and add value. All these will make you professional in attitude, but also grooming you as an, grooming your personality as an individual. All right, be reliable. So obviously, when you know how to manage conflicts, when you know about your workplace and the people, when you behave like a leader, you are becoming more reliable. Your team members, your subordinates, your supervisors, everyone relies on you. They depend on you. They trust you, right? There are some people, right? We give some work to some particular people only because we rely on them. We know that if I give some work to this particular person, I will get it within the time, within the um, speculated time. Some people, no, please don't give it to that person. They will take, he or she will take 2 days. I can't. I need it today. By end of the day, I need this report. So we'll call that person and we. So what is happening? The other people are losing out all your opportunity to scale up to that role. Correct? Everyone has to, so never do that. So you have to be committed. Commitment is one of the professional attitude, right? Since you're not committed, you are not getting those additional or see, don't treat it as additional responsibility or added on job. Okay, it is your additional opportunities. Treat it as treat every single job coming to you other than what is mentioned or what is being designated. Treat it as all as opportunities. Opportunities to scale up in your profession. If you start treating everything as a burden, then that will all become like remain as burdens, right? And once you will reach such a position where you can't handle those burdens, right? That's why some people fail. So don't do that. Be committed, and if someone gives you work, take it up, do it on the speculated time so that people start relying on you. All right. Role of professionalism in customer service, right? We are talking about hospitals. So hospitals without customer service, it's never a hospital, right? You never get a second chance to make a first impression, according to Will Rogers. That is the statement made by him, and you will never get a second chance, right? Once we say something, it is been done. You try level best to change it, change the statement what you have done or what you have made, or any work what you have done. You might be able to do it, but you don't get that impression, right? That's what he says is the first impression. So the first impression was the first time you did it wrong, but second time you got it right. They do appreciate, they do acknowledge that you tried, you changed, you corrected, but whatever it is, the first impression what the other person got about you is not, you cannot kind of, erase it from their mind, right? Maybe over a period, long time, it might go away because you have to continuously strive hard to overcome that memory. All right. So projecting professionalism in delivering service will make your customer feel respected and valued. So the professionalism what you demonstrate to your to your customers or your clients or even your own colleagues, that gives the first impression, right? Colleagues, okay, every day they are seeing you, but still, why people prepare so much when they go to attend an interview? That's the first impression you're going to create, right? So it is very important to have that first impression with a professional approach. Professionalism leads to take responsibility of taking ownership of customers' problem and solving them. So whatever, it's kind of repeated here also in healthcare also it is applicable. Customer satisfaction encourages the customers to remain loyal and recommend your service to their family and friends, right? Why, we keep talking about this, why people come back, or how you can attract the patient back to your place. Of course, hospital is not a place where we have to welcome people every time. We don't want people to come back again and again as patients. We want everyone to be hale and healthy. But it's, in this world, people fall sick, that we can't avoid it, that's the nature. But we want the people to be in our network. Tomorrow someone from their family or their friend circle, they need healthcare support, they have to refer them to us. That's the loyalty we are going to build among the customers through our professional approach. So professionalism doesn't mean only the soft skill or softer part of it, right? By talking nicely, by dressing nicely, doesn't mean only that, right? You do everything and you are weak. Do you think they'll send their people to you? No, right? So there the clinical team is showing professionalism, right? The doctors treat the people with a very professional approach with their clinical excellence. The nurses do their job at with the best professional knowledge, right? So all that contributes to this loyalty. It is a flashpoint for viral content about your brand. It is projecting. We spoke about the reputation, right? In the beginning, it's nothing but it's the same as the brand, right? We are going to facelift the brand through a professional approach. So how it is going to enhance a customer service, that is as a whole in a hospital, how professionalism is going to add value. Now how it is going to add for the customer service, how the customer is going to perceive your professionalism, right? Improve patient experience and engagement. All the hospitals are looking for patient experience, right? We collect feedback, we want the best feedback, we sit on the feedback, all negative feedbacks, we call them back, we ask them what to be done, how we can rectify it, and then we have internal meetings. So all the hospitals are running behind this patient experience course, right? Very, very important in the current healthcare sector. So So through professionalism, we can definitely 99.9% we can enhance our patient engagement score. Identifying patients' pain points through professionalism. If you're not a professional person, they will not come to you with their they don't want to share their pain to you. They don't feel comfortable talking to you because you don't demonstrate a professional behavior with them. You've been very casual. You will be walking, you will be chewing, you'll be on the phone, or you'll be talking to your colleagues, or you're sitting with a very, very bad body language. They don't want to come and talk to you. You have to be very, very professional so that they trust you. We told in the beginning, people have to trust you, right? See, they have to have a trust or confidence in you, thinking that they will keep my problems very, very confidential, right? Very important, right? Patient confidence. So that then, for if they have to share those points to you, we have to really put an effort to show the professionalism so that they build the trust. You're building trust on someone is doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time, right? So imagine a person who just walks into the hospital and they have to trust you. Such a burden on your head, such a big responsibility on your head, right? How will you build that trust? Here, people, you might have seen couples, they live their life together, they still don't trust, right? And for some people, it takes really too many years to trust someone. They have to look, they have to really, understand their life, their behavior, their culture, their upbringing, their, what that person was doing 10 years back. So many things they should know to trust that person. Correct? Here, we don't have even a minute time to build that trust. Such a big pressure, but you can do it. You can crack it with your professional approach. All right, there they're coming to meet the here hospital. They're coming to meet the hospital professional, the service, the provider, the healthcare provider. They're coming to meet the doctor, the nurse. They expect all of them to be professional, right? Imagine a patient coming and talking about their personal issues, and then once they leave out of the room and you start mocking them or mimicking them and then making fun of them or then talking loud about what they shared, do you think they'll trust you? They don't trust you. So it is a very big task. It's a very big responsibility. Within fraction of second, you have to show your professionalism and gain that trust in you. Happy patients promote your healthcare facility and services. We just spoke about it. Healthcare customer service that is quick and accurate can save lives, right? Professionalism comes, it's not, I told you, it's not just the behavior and the softer part of it, but you're all professionals, means they undergo professional courses, professional skills, technically sound, right? They undergo professional trainings. So if you're professionally trained, you will know, and you will know to take the quick action to attend patients' clinical issues, the medical issues, and patient life can be saved. Tips to improve your customer service in healthcare. These are some of the tips. Okay, you have to improve your communication with the staff and the patient. Patient concern, taking the patient concerns and complaint into account. Technology, implement right help desk software. Okay, nowadays most of our helping apps, everything is digital. So the technology plays a major role of showing a professionalism, right? If you imagine, especially in metro cities, you're going to the patient with a paper, or imagine a suggestion box. Okay, it used to be, I do respect, we all started our career with the suggestion box concept. Okay, but imagine now at this technical era, if you go with that, they don't consider you as professionals, right? You have to evolve with the change. You have to change, right? The staffs, choosing the right customer service staff, that is very, very important. That's why doing interviews becomes very, very important. Conducting interviews is a skill, right? People undergo lots of training for that. You have to choose the right person. You should, in that, again, it's a big challenge, a challenge for the interviewer and the candidate, right? The candidate should impress that interviewer in that 15-20 minutes of time, and the interviewer also should be smart enough to grasp or read between the lines and understand that person and do the right choice. Once you select someone, of course training comes in next. but everyone comes with some basic nature, right? You can't eliminate that nature. We can polish the nature. We cannot create a nature in someone. So that's why interview, selecting the right staff is very, very crucial to build a strong human source. Appointment process, making scheduling appointments as painless as possible, again shows highly, projects the professionalism of the organization as a whole, right? Imagine some people have booked their appointment online, and when they come here, they say, no, sir, we didn't get your appointment. We didn't have, sorry, the system was down, our server was down. We had a problem, technical issue. Patient is showing their SMS and everything, but still you're not acknowledging. You think they'll treat you as a professionals? They don't, right? Training, provide routine staff training. Everyone thinks training, what is the use of training? Training plays a major role, right? Everyone thinks we are good in what we are doing. Not enough. You have to have regular training. You have to upgrade yourself. Training means we are not going to teach something which happened in 1947. It is upgrading for the current scenario. What is the expectation from the current market? The expectation from the patients are changing. It is changing every day. The patients who used to come in 1980s are not the same people who are coming now, right? We are in 2023. The people's expectations have broken the sky, right? So they expect beyond anything. So we have to keep upgrading our team. Very, very important. We just do the basic screening. We check their certificates. We check their qualification requirements and the basic experience. But after that, we put them through lots of training programs to mold them, to groom them, and bring them to suit our expectation and our organizational culture and values. Make billing and insurance claims easy to access. This is very, very important. It may be a function in an organization. The billing is a department, but that reflects the overview or the perception about that organization, right? Because you're dealing with money. End of the day, every patient, everything boils down to billing and the money, right? I remember certain cases where we know some people at the time of discharge, they make issues. We know that they're expecting discount. Everything plays around money. So if your billing is not transparent, if you don't have a proper access to or the clarity or the visibility into the billing details, it projects a very, very bad image about the organization, money minting organization, isn't it? People term the hospital as a money minting. They don't hidden cost. So many things, because end of the day, that is mapped to the integrity of the organization. So be very careful, have a very, very strong system in place. People should know in and out about patients billing. You should have a very strong interim bill system that is, keep giving the patients who are staying for a long time in hospital, you have to periodically give them the interim bill so that they are in track. Someone has to counsel them, someone has to talk to them. And if the billing is the bill is molding up, going beyond so many lakhs, you have to warn them, alarm them that your bill has become this much. All this plays a major role to project yourself as very, very professional. Discharge process, another pain area, right? Discharge, offer post discharge care assistance. Discharge process itself is a very painful area, but every hospital is trying hard to bring that process in, make the process streamlined. They are trying hard to reduce the discharge duration and everything. Again, part of professionalism. But after discharge, what is the connection? What is the responsibility as a caregiver we have to our patients? Once they paid the bill, they've gone home and we have washed off our hands, doesn't show our professionalism, right? We should have the continuity of care. They have taken our treatment. What happened after going there? We are still the owners. The owners is on us. So we have to show that responsibility even to our ex-patients, right? Okay, this is an interesting aspect, that is professional and therapeutic communication. What is therapeutic communication? All right. So there is I have to read it out. Let me read to make it a little clearer. So professional communication in healthcare is the exchange of information in context of inter and intra-professional relationship with the aim of achieving positive outcomes for recipients of healthcare services. So in professional communication, what happens? Everyone interacts with many people, right? Everyone, the doctor interacts with the patient, patient with the staff, staff with the, the other individual, maybe a nurse, and then a team of people, a technician, and then it's all like in all the directions. But therapeutic communication is mainly, okay, it is mainly where having elements of professional communication is the exchange of information between healthcare providers and the patients, clients or consumers of healthcare services, very, very among, which has something to do with the patient, with the aim of developing a relationship and benefits the well-being of the individual. Okay, we talk to someone for the patient. Okay, we talk to a technician for the patient. We talk to a vendor for the patient. We talk to the receptionist for the patient. So everything patient-centric. Okay, here we have lots of tools and techniques how you conduct a therapeutic communication, what you have to be careful with when you have a therapeutic communication, because it deals with lots of sensitive aspects in terms of clinical or treatment. So these are the benefits of therapeutic communication: more accurate diagnosis. Okay, you talk to the patient from the clinical front. How do you diagnose certain disease? They ask for symptoms, signs and symptoms, what the patient is going through, for how long, all those. You have the list of things which you have to ask the patient, and you come to an accurate diagnosis. Increase collaborative decision making with the patient, right? Unless and until you have a therapeutic approach or therapeutic communication with the customer, you won't understand, or you may miss out certain important aspects to give a proper diagnosis. And if you're not done a proper diagnosis, how will you give a proper treatment, right? So you have to do the therapeutic communication. Through therapeutic communication, you extract the vital information from the customer, and you tell them, this is, from the information what you have given, this is what we have, we think you're going through this, and you do test and all that, everything it all plays a major role, and this is the treatment what we are planning for you. Tell them, very, very transparent. Of course, the doctors are trained how to convey certain things. So, and then a collaborative decision is taken, isn't it? Doctors doesn't just say, this is what we are going to do, you better follow that. It's a collaborative, right? They ask the patient, are you okay, can we do this? The doctors will definitely tell the benefits, and by doing this treatment, so most of 99.9 percentage patient will, they trust the doctors, and they leave it to the doctor to take a call. But still, doctor as a professional, since he or she being a professional, they always take the consent from the patient before they start any treatment. Adherence to treatment and better patient outcomes, right? When you do a therapeutic communication, what happens? You add the adherence to the treatment, the continuity, like you keep asking the patient whether you took the medicine, whether you've done this, whether you did the test, whether the report has come, what is the report. They compare the report with first and the last time, and then the patient outcome improves. Improved patient and staff satisfaction. So when you see an improvement in the patient's condition, you are also happy, the patient is more happier. Reduced risk of malpractice and decreased levels of healthcare professional burnout, right? So what happens in this, when everything is so transparent, the malpractices comes down, right? So when things are not so transparent, there are tendency, or there are possibilities that some malpractice comes in between, or okay, when I don't want to call it as malpractice, maybe a mistake comes in. So we can reduce all this. So these are some of the techniques for practicing therapeutic communication. It's kind of, it's very, very thin line between the professional communication and the therapeutic communication. So here also, if you see the techniques, it's almost the same. The active listening is there in your professional communication also. Sharing observations, okay, sharing observations. We don't talk much about in your professional communication, but sharing observation is very, very important when it comes to therapeutic communication, because their transparency is very, very important. Sharing empathy we talk everywhere. Sharing humor. What's the role of humor? You have to make them happy and comfortable, right? Sharing feelings, it is the feelings, it's the humor, and it is the sometimes using silence when somebody's, that is, active listening by from both the side. When the patient is going on talking, they're sharing their pain with you, maintain that silence. Using touch, so again, doctors and nurses, the way they make the patient comfortable by touching them comfortably, gently handling them, holding their hands when they're disclosing something, some serious matter about their clinical condition. They make the patient and the family very comfortable by holding and patting them with lots of compassion and care, right? Providing information. That's again the transparency. Confronting means, okay, don't take the negative part of confronting, means not like fighting or going against, but you have to, when certain things are not right, or when patient says no, I don't want this, or something they are against, so you have to confront them in a nice way, saying that this is good, if you don't do this, this is what going to happen. Asking relevant questions, that is applicable in either communications. Summarize, that is also again very, very important, and we do follow that in active listening, right? When we listen to someone, we summarize it back to them. Positive workplace relationship. I'm sorry. So job satisfaction, increase job satisfaction with your career. Um, Comfort, increase comfort with presentation and team meetings. Moral support and assistance with meeting challenging timelines. Productivity, improve productivity for all team members. With all these, when you're happy, when you're comfortable, when you have moral support, when you have productivity, what happens? Higher retention rates. Okay, so this is when you have a positive relationship in a workplace. That means when which you get it through professionalism. These are the benefits which an employee is going to get. We spoke about customer service, how professionalism is going to impact on the overall customer service in a hospital, and the overall image or the impact on the brand, and now on the employees. Okay, so when somebody is really happy and comfortable, obviously they will not think about leaving that place, and you can have a high retention rate. Relationship in workplace are the interactions you have with your colleagues. When you have effective relationship with other professionals and team members, you are more likely to enjoy your day-to-day functions, isn't it? You crave to come to office, right? Some people are like, they just love to come to work because they enjoy the relationships what they have in the organization. They enjoy their working with their colleagues. They have, of course, hospital, you always see pain in a hospital, but still you love to work in that place because you like that place. You have been kept very comfortable. You have a very, very supportive supervisors. Your organization takes care of you, your well-being, your health, your upskilling, your training, everything. You get everything. Then why you have to quit that place, right? Elements of good workplace relationship. How do you build that? By trust, by acceptance. By trust, I think I need not have to tell much about it, but acceptance and understanding of one another and your role in the workplace relationship. This is very, very important. Most of the conflict which comes in any organization is because you only look or focus in only into your role, what you are going to do and what you have been taken for. But you should always try to understand the role of the other person, because healthcare runs on interdependency. You cannot run a hospital without one particular department also, right? Everything is interlocked. It's not even connected, it is locked. You should understand what is happening in your neighboring department. If you understand, you will understand the pain, you will empathetic to your colleague, and both of you come together, work collaboratively. You will address the patient's issue together. You will not navigate or divert the patient. That's so sorry, it's not our problem, their problem. There won't be anything like our problem, their problem, my problem. It's all our problem and our solution, right? Remember, individuals who work well in a team setting, doing their fair share of work and giving credit when it is due, tend to have stronger relationship. When you handle a team, this is something everyone does, but still I'm stressing on it because that plays a major role in motivating your team member. right? We keep hearing this that we do so much, but still we don't get any appreciation. If somebody deserves an appreciation, please do that. Open communication is crucial to any relationship, including a workplace one. Like any other relationship, open communication is very, very important in a professional environment also. One of the first steps towards a working relationship is encouraging open communication, asking questions and getting to know your co-workers, right? You have to ask. You cannot, keep it for yourself. If you have some misunderstanding with your colleague, please open up, not fighting. Open up communication means not fighting. Okay, take a phone and talk to them. Hey, I want to talk to you. This is what is happening. All right, or figure out a way. You tell your supervisor, they will help you to communicate, or the supervisor will communicate to their supervisor. Figure out a way, but things has to go into the other side. Other person should get to know that this is happening. All right. Okay, we have come almost, we are finishing. How do you develop technical skills now? Clinical skill, which are the few skills, is the clinical skill, quality and operational skills, and some of the health skills, what we are going to see in this slide. So technical skills are likely to be clinical skills and enable you to undertake a broader range of activities linked to patient care in your day-to-day role, right? In a healthcare, predominantly the clinical skills are the technical, we call it as technical skills, and nothing but the clinical skills. The technician do an X-ray, an ultrasound, or sorry, MRI or anything, or lab technician, they do phlebotomist, they do the blood sample collection, and any other technicians for that matter. Nurses does their clinical skills, doctors does their clinical skills, even the dietitian, they do the dietary part. All these are clinical skills. So, and of course, healthcare is meant for clinical care. So obviously, the professionals who have been hired for these skills has to be really sound in what they do. 7 health skills: analyzing influences, assessing resources. You have to assess your resources, interpersonal communication, decision making, goal setting, practicing health enhancing behaviors, advocacy. These are something which anyone can practice to enhance your technical skills. Quality and operational skills. Technical skills support safety, quality improvement, and operational excellence, right? While ensuring patients get proper care and clinicians can access the resources they need to deliver the care, right? It is a collaboration, right? Doctors need lots of support, or doctors or the nurses or the complete clinical team needs lots of support from the quality and the operational team to deliver their clinical care to the patient, right? Okay, we have come to the last slide. That's the conclusion. So here, professionalism is a must in healthcare industry to maintain trust between patients and the healthcare professionals. Professionalism is needed to maintain trust between the patients and healthcare professionals. Professionalism is essential to ensure patient safety and quality of care. Professionalism is vital for successful treatment outcome and organizational growth. So with that, I come to the end of this webinar. Thank you so much. Any questions, or can you all hear me?
Yes, Ajita. So yes. So thanks, Ajita. So that's a wonderful session. So there are few points that are very, very important that we can take from this webinar. Okay, like you have shown a way from professionalism to promotion. Okay, so we have showed a way to that. That's great. And how do we behave ourselves in home versus how do we behave ourselves at a workplace? You have shown the difference, and you have given a quotation like you never get a second chance to make your first impression. That's great. Okay, so we really like the way how it is there. And you said like how do we get trust? Okay, so
Yeah.
trust is normally just it's not just one day thing. So trust is built and we should make ourselves do our daily activities will show that. So nobody will say that trust me. So our daily activities will show them. So do you explain that with lot of connections, and I can take from that. And how do you implement a technology with these things? That's also great. Okay, so I think we have taken a lot of inputs from here. Okay, so any questions anyone has, please type in the chat box. So there is one question, Ajita, for you. How to ensure professionalism with a team not motivated for it?
So I saw that question. I need little more clarity on that. Motivated for what?
Yes. So I think this question, Amir
I'll
Kumar.
just, can I repeat the question? Is it how do you motivated for professionalism? Okay. So you have this. That's why we had this program where we are focusing or stressing on the importance of professionalism in their career development. Okay, how important it is for them to be being a professional in the workplace, which will lead them from what they are today and how they can scale up to become a leader in future. So without professionalism, it is not just how it is going to benefit to the organization. That is one part of it, but professionalism plays more into the benefit of the individual. As an individual, you are grooming. So that's very important. And how, being a professional, it is not just for a day or two, but it is going to impact you in your future career growth. Because professionalism displays many attributes. It displays your responsibility, your relationship with people, how you're handling issues at workplace. So professionalism includes all these, and all these when you demonstrate in your workplace, you will become one of the potential person to take up responsible or higher role.
Yeah. So thanks, Ajita, for that. So before we go on to the next question, so please have your questions in the chat box. So let me just get into one more exciting part, which will take 5 minutes from here. So as Ajita said, like trust we should be building by individuals. But how do we trust a hospital? Okay, so people should come to hospital, they should trust the hospital, then they'll trust each and every individual. So for that, let me just share my screen and introduce how can we trust in hospital, because there should be a body that gives, yes, you can trust this hospital. When you trust this hospital, you can, by indirectly you will say that you can trust the staff. Okay, so let me just share my screen and show an important thing how we can do that, and how we can take from a government point of view how they are ensuring that this is can be done at a larger scale. Okay, so I think we can introduce Medland certificate program for NABH fifth edition. So NABH, so what is NABH? NABH is National Accreditation Body for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers. Is a constant body of QCI, like Quality Council of India, is to set up and establish operate aggregation program for healthcare organizations. So as a healthcare, so this is given from QCI, from a national board to each and every hospital, saying that yes, yours is an NABH hospital. Okay. So what are all the standards that we follow in NABH edition is that, so there'll be 10 chapters, there'll be 100 standards, there'll be 651 objective elements. So each accreditation standard is a statement of expectations or requirement which makes it possible to deliver quality care. Okay, objective elements are subordinates of standards. Means this NABH fifth edition has 10 chapters and 100 standards and 651 objective elements that will be covered. So when you go forward into this, there are, the government has given two things that divided this 10 chapters. One is patient centric, one is organization centric. So patient centric is that you can see like COP, MOM, patient right, PRE, hospital infection control, which is completely towards patient focus. So a hospital which has these things, like you can trust the hospital from a patient point of view. So in the same way, the government has framed a rules for organization. So as an organization, what are all the things that I should follow, like CQI, ROM, facility manager, FMS, HRM, IMS. So what are these things, what does it contain? So we are, as Medlearn, I can clearly tell that we are giving a certification program on NABH fifth edition. Okay, which includes all these modules that will be covered, which will help your career to grow with the latest compliance standards. So this NABH fifth edition is effective from April 2020. Okay, so have this has been reviewed by International Society of Quality in Healthcare, ISQA, for a period of 4 years from 2020. Okay, so the healthcare organization will start to adopt or migrate to compliance of fifth edition standards from 2020. So you can see people going with NABH fourth edition, then coming to NABH fifth edition, then going to NABH sixth edition, next coming going forward. So Medlearn offers an NABH certification program based upon the latest fifth edition, which covers all the 10 chapters, 100 standards, 651 objective elements, each and everything in detail. So what is this program highlights is that you'll cover everything what is needed for an NABH knowledge, or you can be part of an implementation team. So you should have that knowledge and real insights from NABH assessors and healthcare quality managers who handles the challenges regularly. So because this course has been prepared from these people and learn through self-assessment videos and multi-rich content. And you need to have 60 hours of mobile compatible learning with just mobile. You need not have a laptop. Everything you can learn from your phone, that is from Medlearn app. So coming to individual thing like AAC, so we have 14 standards that cover with AAC, which is access assessment and continuity of care, and COP has some 20 standards which needs 14 hours of duration to complete. MOM, PRE, like patient rights and education, HIC, which is very, very important, which has 8 chapters, which needs 7 hours to complete, and PSQ, and PSQ has this total, yeah, these are the chapters that will cover, like FMS, okay, and HRM, which contains of 13 standards, IMS. So these are all the standards that you should cover, and you should clear each and every standard. So there'll be a pre-test, there'll be a post-test, there'll be content that you need to do. And along with this, we also give you NABH fifth edition audit preparedness and scoring system. Okay, so everything is explained in detail in all these chapters. So who can take up this course? Any hospital administrator, any quality managers, any nurses, any nursing students, any physician, any allied health professional who wanted to move their career from a clinical part to a management part as a part of NABH body, they can take up this certification. So the course cost is 15,000 rupees. You will be given a training level certificate on a completion of NABH fifth edition. And the validity of the course, and the validity of course modules means the course is valid till NABH sixth edition, but you can complete the course within 1 year. So this is the certificate that you get once you complete the certificate with your name, everything. So this is what is exactly what we get. Like you can get all this NABH fifth edition standard with 10 chapters, 100 standards, 651 object element, just at rate of 15,000 rupees. So, but there is a catch here. So as a part of our celebrations now, because of the new year, there are different occasions that are going. So we are giving this course only at 50% off. So now you can avail this course at only rupees 7,500, which this offer is valid till 24th of this month. So you can contact the number. So the number will be pasted in the chat box. Okay, you can contact us by 63 64 51 2505. So you will be able to get this offer, or you can get back to store.medlearn.com. Okay, so the required numbers will be pasted on the chat box. So yeah, so this is what from an NABH point of view. Okay, yes. So now you can just post your questions.
Any other questions to me?
Mm, I think there are no questions that are
No
asked.
questions? All right.
So we can have your email ID. So Subhashri, you can paste the email, or I have posted the number, so people can take the number from there. Okay, so you can get back to us to the questions. So we will answer all your questions, even if you keep on the WhatsApp number that is provided, or the email. Yes, there is an email that has been kept. Ma'am, can you talk on ISBAR?
Isbar.
Yes.
Okay. About ISBAR, I'm so sorry. I am not an expert in ISBAR. Maybe we can arrange a call or a session. Maybe you can share your number to Subhashri separately if you don't want to put it in the group. We can arrange a call for you separately on that.
Yeah, sure. So there is a
Because
number that is
I'm
given.
not I'm not a clinical person. I'm so sorry. We have clinical experts in my team. They will be able to explain you more about ISBAR.
So Bhagavi ma'am, I think there is a number that is pasted 63 64 51 2505. You can send your number over there with your query. So our team will get back to you with the solution.
Yeah.
Anything?
Anything else?
Yes, then. So if there are no questions, we can call off. Okay. So thanks,
Yeah.
Ajita, for a wonderful session. Thanks, Subhashri, for
Thank
arranging.
you.
So this will be recorded and this will be uploaded in YouTube. Like you can give us 2 3 days time. So this will be done. You can search all the Medlearn webinars on YouTube and you can like or subscribe where you'll get an updates for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.